All right, operations with scientific notation. Let's talk about multiplying and dividing numbers that are in scientific notation. Step number one would be to multiply or divide the number on the left-hand side. Okay? Step number two would be to multiply or divide the powers of 10. Step number three is going to be to check to make sure the product or quotient is still in scientific notation. Let's take a look at multiplication first. In this first example, we have 1.2 times 10 to the third times 1.45 times 10 to the 12th power. Well, since this is all multiplication and multiplication is under the community property, I know that I can multiply these things in any order I want to. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply 1.2 times 1.45. The next thing I'm going to do is to multiply 10 to the third times 10 to the 12th. Okay. We can use our calculator for this, and when we do that, we're going to come up with 1.74. This, we know that the rule for multiplying powers that have the same base, you just add their exponents. So this would be 10 to the 3 plus 12 power, which is equal to 10 to the 15th power. And now it's just a matter of writing it back in scientific notation. So we're going to have 1.74 times 10 to the 15th power. When I said to check to make sure it's still in scientific notation is, remember, scientific notation, you can only have one non-zero number in front of the decimal. If that's not the case, you're going to have to move the decimal either to the right or to the left and change the exponent accordingly. Let's take a look at a division problem. So on this one we have 1.035 times 10 to the 8th divided by 2.3 times 10 to the 4th power. First thing we're going to do is divide the numbers on the left side of the scientific notation. So we have 1.35 divided by 2.3. We can do that with a calculator and we come out with 0.45. Then we're going to divide 10 to the 8th divided by 10 to the 4th. Well, I know since the base is the same and I'm dividing, I'm going to subtract the exponents. So I would have 10 to the 8 minus 4 power, which is the same thing as 10 to the 4th power. Now we're going to rewrite it in scientific notation. So we would have 0.45 times 10 to the 4th power. Well, I know that it looks like scientific notation, but if I take a closer look, what's in front of the decimal? It's a 0 in front of the decimal. I can't have a 0 in front. So what I need to do is I need to move that decimal point one place to the left. When I do that, I'm going to have to make my exponent go down 1, and so I'm going to end up with 4.5 times 10 to the 3rd power. Remember, if it's a decimal, when we move to the left, our exponent is going down. Remember, because if we started with a decimal, we had a negative exponent. So when we move it to the left, it's going to go down 1. If I would have had to move it to the right, my exponent would have gone up 1. Okay, guys, I hope this video helps a little bit. And again, if you have any questions, be sure to reach out.